Hey everyone, welcome back to another week of NHL preview videos. Now we're just looking at the Monday night 4-game slate on DraftKings. Just a quick reminder, the soccer room is completely free here at FSi for all of December. New coach is Charlie. So yeah, if you haven't joined already, we'd love to have you just so you can test it out, see if you like it or not, and if you want to stick around into the new year of 2024. But this slate, let's just kind of look ahead towards it. Dallas minus 220 on the money line, Colorado minus 180, the two biggest favorites on the board. Toronto is the only road favorite going out to the Islanders, minus 135 in that game. Projected goalkeepers, again, they are just projected, nothing confirmed at this point in time, but it's kind of where I'm expecting them to go. Luukkonen, he was out the past couple of games just due to some illness, but rumor is he is feeling a little bit better, so I do think he's probably going to be getting the start there for Buffalo. Nothing really sticking out in terms of the goaltending. So let's just head over towards the line stacks. Now, before we get into this, I do want to say both of these are a little bit more of GPP. Obviously, Dallas, big moneyline favorite at home, and Colorado are going to be popular plays. But at the same time, a little wonkiness in some of their lines. So Colorado, I'm going to head over to Daily Faceoff right here, as you can see. If you haven't seen this site already, do check it out. They're incredible over there. But Colorado really shuffled up their lines quite a bit here. You can see Nathan McKinnon's kind of like the standalone stud. And he's flanked by Drouin and O'Connor. Nothing really exciting about either of these wingers. I have a lot more interest in O'Connor than I do with Drouin. However, Drouin does get the power play unit time with McKinnon that O'Connor does not. But you can see the second line did get shuffled up because of that. So Nichushkin, Rantanen, they go down to that second line. They're going to be skating with Tomas Tatar. This could change, though. This is from practice yesterday on Sunday. Maybe at practice this morning on Monday, things are going to be looking a little bit different. So go ahead, go back to Daily Faceoff, check these Colorado lines. You can even go to Peter Baugh on Twitter. Excuse me. And he's going to have all that information. He's the beat writer for Colorado. Let's just kind of see if there's any other notes attached to this tweet here. Nope, nothing really. Brandon's second line. All right, so going back to this, let's talk about some line stacks here. Again, these are a little bit more GPP, especially this first one with Toronto going on the road at the Islanders. It is a road team in the lowest over-under on the entire slate, but still, this is your best special teams advantage in terms of one of the best power play units on the slate, facing off against the worst penalty kill in the entire league. So you're going to get, that advantage going with you. They also all are going to be skating on this top power play unit. Riley, he is the defender. I didn't go with the other winger on that top line, and Matthew Neese. He's totally fine if you do want to go there, just not much of a floor and doesn't get that top power play unit time. But I do really like Riley here at 5.5K. Islanders, they bleed shots against. They're averaging almost 36 shots against per game. That is the second most in the entire league, right behind or right in front of, however you want to look at it, San Jose. So it is kind of like a completely different style. Typically, over the past decade, the Islanders have always been about like that shutdown defense, keep everything to the outside, don't even allow shots, just play a really gross, disgusting style of DFS hockey, but that's not the case anymore. And Toronto, we know they like to get up and down the ice very quickly, so I think this line could go off and have a very nice ceiling game, but at the same time, they are extremely pricey. It's going to be tough to get those into a lineup that you are going to feel confident and feel good about. Top line for Buffalo here, you can definitely squeeze these guys in and, incorporate some other pieces around and feel a whole lot better about your line, especially Jeff Skinner here. $6,000, I think it's just way too cheap for him. These past couple of games, Buffalo's kind of changed up their offensive philosophy a little bit. They were playing a slower brand of hockey all throughout the season, whereas last year, they were up and down the ice, high fast pace, whatever you want to call it, and it was working for them. It hasn't been working for them this season, this slower pace of going, trying to shut things down. Past couple of games, though, they're averaging, almost 40 shots per game. They already beat Boston in Boston. They just put up almost 50 shots on net against Montreal. It wasn't a loss. Their goalie absolutely stood on their head. But still, Skinner, great floor. He's going to be a shot on goal bonus threat every single night, as well as a guy who's going to be lighting the lamp. And again, they all skate together at even strength, and they all skate together on the exact same power play unit as well. Middle stat's going to give you some nice value, top line center. If you don't want to go middle stat, you go with a guy like Dylan Cousins, who's another cheap center, who's going to be skating on that second even strength line for Buffalo. But Arizona, they've looked very good as of late. I will completely give them that. So again, these two line stacks are a bit more of a GPP route. Going over into the individual plays, Nathan McKinnon, he's leading the charge. Sorry, I already talked about Matthews. There's not a whole lot of other, superstar studs on this slate. Dallas has some solid players for sure, but no like true like one absolute guy you need to have. McKinnon, 9.6K. Again, he's flanked by Drouin and O'Connor, who don't give you, the most exciting wingers. So I would totally understand if you want to go towards that second line of Colorado with Nichushkin and Rantanen. And Thomas Tatar. I would completely understand if you want to go that route, get a little bit more of savings, or if you just want to go with a one-off of McKinnon, totally fine with that as well. Johnston, already talked about Dallas, how, they're a lineup full of, solid players and a very solid depth team, but they don't have, that one guy that everybody needs. But still, Johnston here, 5.2K, top line center for Dallas, skating on that top power play unit as well. You can see they do have a little bit of advantage here, a top 10 power play going up against a bottom 10 penalty kill unit in Detroit. Dallas on home ice is fantastic, so I do think that Johnston at 5.2K can give you a nice little value, and then Cousins there, kind of already talked about him. In terms of the winger, again, Nylander, Rantanen, Nichushkin. Actually, I think Rantanen might be listed as a center on DraftKings on this slate. But still, Robertson, I got him here. But those are guys you're going to want to be targeting. You're going to be wanting to target guys with high shot floor. Robertson doesn't have as much of a shot floor as he has in previous seasons, but still, 6.1K I still think is way too cheap. Pairing him with Johnson is definitely the way to go. And if you want to go with a full Dallas stack, you can go with Johnson, Robertson, and Heiskanen. On defense, Rasmus Dahlin, 6.2K. He's probably my favorite defender on the entire slate, just given his offensive production as of late. Not just in these, couple recent games that Buffalo has kind of changed their offensive look. Even before that, like Dahlin has been shooting the puck like crazy. He's a threat for a shot on goal bonus, but he's also a threat to score a goal, get on the score sheet, get that block shot bonus as well. He's really going to be able to get you stats in all categories, which is really what you want in DFS. So Dahlin at 6.2K, top line, fantastic. Love the play there on defense. Heiskanen, already talked about him. He hasn't been the Heiskanen as of previous years, which is a little bit of a bummer, but maybe he gets it back here at some point. And then Romanov, 3.7. You're really looking for block shots with any of these cheap Islander defenders. Romanov, Scott Mayfield, guys like that, Pelech. Essentially any Islanders defender is going to be in play just because of how much they need to block shots because of how many shots they are allowing per game. So overall, it's a really gross, disgusting slate. I recommend maybe not putting, as much into the slate as you would in previous ones. I think it's more of a GPP slate than anything because, it's ugly. The favorites, the big favorites that are on the slate, they've jumbled their lines. They're missing some top players. It's just kind of all ugly overall. And then, do you really want to get excited about the Islanders or Arizona on a slate? No, not really. So that kind of wraps up for this. But tomorrow, Tuesday, we'll have a much bigger breakdown for the much larger slate for Tuesday. So good luck in your contests as always. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.